So where does all that leave Greece? Olaf Böhnke is the director of the European Council on Foreign Relations and joins me now. Mr. Böhnke, thank you very much for joining us, first of all. What do you think is going to actually happen this time?
So I think we will see a final night as a big bang in the end, where the negotiators get in front of the cameras at 4 a.m. and announce there will be a deal.
So another long night of marathon talks, bleary-eyed politicians. But in the end, who's going to make more of a compromise, do you think? The EU's top diplomats or Greece's new government?
That's the tricky question. So it will be both, I think. It has to be. And at the moment, it looks like that the Greek government has to find a way how to sell the deal to their people, because they are the ones who obviously have their restrictions at the moment.
But you don't think it's going to be history in the making, the first Eurozone country to leave the bloc?
No, I think we will. It's just another dramatic step in this continuous series of muddling through, because both sides shy away from fundamental reforms, which put us here in that situation in the first place.
What do you think a deal is going to look like? A last-minute deal is going to actually contain?
Yeah, I think that's very difficult to say. And my impression is that in the end, it will maybe not make that much of a difference. So it's really because at the moment, we're not so much in the economic logic, but we are much more in the political logic. Here, it's about the integration project. So therefore, the signal from both sides, OK, we will play somehow to the rules, but continue with the integration project. That's what's all about it.
OK, so it's all about politics. Politics is at play. But how is this going to be sold to the creditors? Because a deal, whatever it's going to look like, could actually have a hidden haircut.
No, absolutely, and it will. So I don't see a way without a haircut, if it's a hidden one or an obvious one. But the alternatives are clear on the table. So either you lose all your money or you just lose part of it. So, and I think creditors will have a very rational approach to that and say, OK, so then let's take and keep with what we have.
OK, so you think that would be argument enough for the creditors. What about for the people on the streets?
Yeah, that's a tricky one, as I said. So I think this is a challenge for the Greek government, on the one hand, to agree with their counterparts from the institutions on a deal and some kind of transparency and a set of rules which they will oblige to. On the other hand, of course, they will sell it as a victory, saying, OK, so we said it from the very beginning, we will not give in, we will not be a victim of the Troika. And in a way, they have to sell both at the same time. And do you really think we're going to get a decision this week? That's the tricky question again. So I think we will, but maybe there will be, as I said, so another extension, but it could be just a couple of days because the deadlines are very tight.
Lots of tricky questions at the moment, Mr. Böhnke. Back to you in a moment.